California or Texas for retirement? The answer might surprise you. I deal with a lot of people in California and a lot of people in Texas. It seems like Houston actually is, they love me in Houston, so that's fantastic. So much obliged to you folks in Houston. But believe it or not, I still got a lot of folks in California too. I mean, obviously California is the largest state by far population-wise, so it's only inevitable that my crazy YouTube channel appeals to some folks there. But anyway, I tell you, man, let me give an example. Just got off the horn with a lady, nice lady in California, IA. She lives a couple miles away from the beach. Her house is worth, $750,000. She doesn't owe a mortgage on it. Whoa. Property tax, because she bought it during Prop 13, is like $3,500 or something like that. And she's not run out of money. She's going to be just fine. But she's thinking she might need to flee California to move to Texas. And man, I've heard this 1,000 times a Sunday. I got to leave New Jersey. I got to leave Maryland. I got to leave California. I got to leave Illinois. And when you actually crunch the numbers, the answer is no, you don't. Now, California's jacked up for all kinds of reasons, don't get me wrong. But as we sit here today, income taxes is not one of them. It's just not. As much as I love to bash California, trust me, I will never live there. Heck no. But if you're there and you're sitting pretty and you're a 10-minute drive to the beach where she can walk on the beach on a Saturday morning, and when she retires, she can walk on the beach every day. Taxes. So she's thinking about moving to Austin because she doesn't like the idea of living on Galveston or Corpus Christi or something like that, where the the hurricanes come, and she doesn't want to live in Dallas either, where the tornadoes are. I think Austin has some. But anyway, at the end of the day, I'm sitting there thinking, because I asked her, I said, "You ever thought about Corpus Christi?" Because she likes, hey guys, she likes being near the water. She doesn't want to worry about the hurricanes, so you can't blame her. Obviously, I don't think California gets hurricanes. Don't know why that is. Jet stream, interesting. But anyway, so the issue here is that she has a church, she has a faith group, she has friends. She's been in California since I think she said 1978 or something like that. She's been in her house for a long time. She has family there. The whole thing is. But she thinks she might need to leave to Texas because of the taxes, and it's just not true. So let me give you an example. In this case, she's probably going to pay $6,000-7,000 a year in income taxes to the state of California when she retires. All right, now she has property taxes at $3,000. Let's say $3,500. So let's say all said and done, it costs her $11,000 a year in state income taxes and property taxes. I think her income, we'll just say $95,000 retirement with a pension, Social Security, and money she's got to take out from her IRA and 401k, or 403b in this case. All right, so all that goes into that. $13,000, what did I say, $11,000 a year, something like that. So 11% of her total income is going to California taxes, property, and income. All right, so let's just say she settles and says, I don't want to pay that. I'm going to go to Austin. All right, so what's her property taxes there? Well, when we lived in Texas, now this is Kendall County. I'm not sure what Austin is. Travis County maybe? And Kendall County, which is right north of San Antonio. So you got Bexar County, Bexar, not Bexar. It's Bexar County. And who knew? Anyway, you got Bexar County, and then you got Kendall right north of that. That's the beginning of the foothills of the hill country. All right. So if in Kendall County, we had a house that was assessed, I think, $320,000. We paid about $8,000 a year in property tax. So let's say she's in Travis County, I think is what it is, which is liberal as all can be. So the property taxes are going to be crazy high. And again, if it's not Travis County, but you know what I'm talking about, Austin proper is liberal as all get out. And they're going to have huge property taxes. So we'll say for a $350,000 house, she has $8,000 a year in property taxes. And I bet even be more than that. No state income tax, but $8,000 a year in property tax. So she would be sacrificing for $3,000 or $4,000 a year for being in California. She would save $4,000 a year in income and property taxes because she's going to pay $3,500 a year in income and property taxes, about $7,500 a year in $3,500 a year in property taxes, about $7,500 a year in income taxes. So my trusty calculator in my head says $3,500 plus $7,500 is $11,000. In Texas, she pay about $8,000 a year in property tax with no income tax. So the difference between that is $3,000 a year. $250 a month. Not having any proximity to the beach. Having no faith group. Now, she could certainly develop one, but no friends. A new place, a new home, the cost of moving, the incredible air conditioning cost that comes with living in Texas in the summertime. All that, is that worth it? I don't think so. And you can kind of hear it. I'm not going to speak on her behalf, but, I tell people, I say, you don't have to do this. You can kind of hear them. I got itch in my head. Sorry about that. You can kind of hear the relief. Go on, bub. When I say you don't have to flee, you can stay. And people are like, what? I can't. I say, yeah. She goes, oh man. Like I talked to this guy up in Maryland. He's thinking he had to move to Florida. I said, you don't have to. Again, he's got $60,000 a year in income as a retiree. I said, Maryland, yeah, it's nuts in terms of some of the stuff they got going on. But in terms of income tax, you don't have to flee that. At the end of the day, it's a little bit more expensive than Florida, don't get me wrong, for some things, but for other things, it's not. And I think he actually is going to anyway, just because he didn't like the left-wing slant of the state, which is weird because it does have a Republican governor, but Massachusetts does too. But anyway, so she's sitting there thinking, California, where I am comfortable, where I like, my mom's with her mom still lives there with her. And, mom's getting old, so mom has a few more years, but who knows? And pay a little bit more in taxes, but just that's it. Or move to Texas, someplace brand spanking new, pack up mom. You don't have to flee California. You don't. All these people say, I got to leave California to Idaho. Not from an income tax perspective, at least in retirement. So let me tell you what I'm thinking about, actually. I've made pretty good money this year. I just got my preliminary, I did a quick TurboTax preliminary bill. I'm like, man, state of Georgia's hit me pretty hard. I think we have a 6% state income tax. And I'm like, it's painful. Painful. If I was up, an hour north in Chattanooga, maybe an hour and a half, there's no state income tax and a lower property tax. So I'm trying to tell my wife, man, we gotta, because I'm only 49 years old. We could come back when I'm 65, that's 16 years from now, but man, we could save a boatload of money just by moving a little bit north, for sure. Now, I don't know how that works in Idaho relative to California if you're employed making decent money. I don't know. But for a retiree, I'm just telling you, man, don't get caught up into the false of income tax is going to drive you away from your retirement community or the place you may want to be. You might want to stay in California. You might, like this lady, she's been there for a long, long time. So she doesn't like the politics there. She leans right. That's one of the reasons she actually reached out to me, because she goes, look, I trust you because you lean right. And I said, no, I get it. But, hell, I'm from Maine, lived in New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of these guys that has to live in a right-wing fiefdom by any stretch of the imagination. And she wasn't either. She goes, I haven't. And she'd been let's just put it this way, her work environment is not known for its right-wingness, if that makes sense. So she's able to tolerate a different viewpoint. She's able to hang with more regulation because she's done it just fine. She just wants to walk on the beach. I tell you, man, if that doesn't get you thinking, whoo, but you just want to walk on the beach, you know what I'm saying? Why would you leave a place you love to save $3,000 a year? And I don't know what the utility bills in California are. I know in Texas, I think it's like 6 cents an hour, kilowatt hour. Maybe 7 cents, again, depends on your county, depends on your provider. I think California is probably 3 or 4 times that. But if you're in California, do you use your air conditioning like you do in Texas? I bet you don't. Do you have to heat your home? I bet you don't. I literally don't have any idea. If you're in Southern California, now she hates the traffic. Well, you're retired. You don't have to deal with the traffic anymore. I don't know, man. I mean, I'll never find myself there, but just before you flee your state because of all the talk about income tax, oh no, man, think long and hard. Go to my website, heritagewealthplanning.com. On the right-hand side, you'll see where it says tax tools. And I've embedded the smart asset state-by-state income tax thing, where you can actually put in your income tax or your income, and it'll spit out a pretty good idea what your income tax is for the state. And I bet you'll be surprised. I bet you will. All right, we'll see you.